Good evening and welcome to Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas Gopalkrishnan. Viewers, who stoked the Waqf fire in Bengal? Was the violence a result of a calculated plot? Was there a political conspiracy behind the mayhem in Murshidabad and Bhangar? These are some of the questions which remain unanswered even as the probe into the violence gathers pace. After Murshidabad, violence was witnessed in Bengal's Bhangar on Monday amidst a protest led by ISF against the Waqf law. As many as 16 police personnel were injured in the clashes as the mob hounded, chased and attacked cops. 5 FIRs have been registered in connection with the violence in Bhangar and 9 accused have been arrested. More arrests are likely as the investigation progresses, and sources say that cops are scanning the CCTV footage to identify more culprits and are also probing whether the violence occurred as part of a pre-planned conspiracy. As this investigation gathers pace, the political blame game has intensified. While TMC has claimed conspiracy by BJP and a few other rival political parties, ISF MLA Naushad Siddiqui, while speaking to Times Now, has rejected the charge and has claimed that TMC cadre were the ones who stoked the violence in the first place. Listen in.
देखिए, अभी बंगाल में जो चल रहा है पूरा पॉलिटिक्स चल रहा है. पुलिस जहां पे एक्टिव होना चाहिए वहां पे इनएक्टिव है. जहां पे मतलब पुलिस का जो रोल वो निभाना चाहिए वहां पे जो अपोजिशन पार्टीज का जैसे आईएसएफ वहां पे अपोजिशन है उनके ऊपर फेक फर्जी केस बना के इस जो अभी बंगाल में जो अभी आंदोलन चल रहा है इसको दुर्बल करने के लिए, कमजोर करने के लिए कोशिश कर रहे हैं. हम बोल रहे हैं सीसीटीवी फुटेज जो है पब्लिक कर दो. जो बंदा उसमें आग लगा रहे हैं एक भी आईएसएफ का कार्यकर्ता नहीं मिलेगा. मेरा अजम्पशन है सब टीएमसी का है.
The TMC, however, has dismissed the charge as baseless, claiming that ISF was hand in glove with the BJP. Listen in.
Totally baseless, and they were instigating. They made instigation, provocation, and they tried to disrupt the normal day-to-day life of that area. So police took action. There is nothing to be blamed towards TMC.
Let's go across to Sabyasachi, who's joining us for more on this particular story. Sabyasachi, the big question that many are asking is that while Naushad Siddiqui, and it's his area Bhangar that we're talking about, where as an MLA, his party's protest was one of the areas where, in fact, this violence is believed to have happened. Can we take his comments at face value? Does he have any evidence to back up the claim that it was, in fact, TMC cadre and not ISF cadre who was seen attacking the police?
Well, Naushad Siddiqui straight away has challenged the state machinery because as we know, around 17 of the ISF workers have been arrested by the West Bengal police till now. Now, Naushad Siddiqui straight away challenged the Trinamool Congress government to release the CCTV footage in public domain so that it can be clear whether it was done by ISF workers or it was done by the TMC cadres over there. Now, Naushad Siddiqui also leveled allegation against the state machinery, stating that the state machinery failed on its promises. See, he said that back in 2011, when the Trinamool Congress government came into power, at that particular time, they had promised that around 75,000 bighas of land, which has been captured, Waqf land, which has been captured by private dealers, would be returned to the Waqf board. Now, Naushad Siddiqui also made this allegation that till now, this 75,000 bighas land has not been returned to the Waqf board, and also several hundred acres of land has been allegedly captured by.
All right, some very serious charges that are coming in. In fact, a big question that is coming in there. In fact, Sabyasachi, as far as that interview that you did with Naushad Siddiqui, thanks so much for joining us with that update. And I believe we have Naushad Siddiqui, who is an ISF MLA, live with us now. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Naushad Siddiqui. First of all, is there any proof that you have कि TMC के कैडर इन्वॉल्व थे और आपके कैडर जिनके खिलाफ ये आरोप है कि वो इस पूरे हिंसा में इन्वॉल्व नहीं थे? कोई सबूत है आपके पास, नौशाद?
जी सही बोला, आप सही क्वेश्चन किया, थैंक यू. जब हम लोग का प्रोटेस्ट जो प्रोग्राम था एक मार्केट के अंदर एक ग्राउंड में, हमारा आदमी उधर था ग्राउंड के अंदर, बाहर ये लोग लाठीचार्ज वगैरह करते करते वहां पे ग्राउंड के अंदर जाके सेल्फ हटा के वहां पे जितना आदमी था उधर भगा दिया। हम लोग तो ग्राउंड के, हमारा आदमी तो ग्राउंड के अंदर था, वो बाहर नहीं था। ग्राउंड में के अंदर जाके उन लोगों को भगाया, फिर कुछ देर के बाद बोला है कि आग लगा दिया बाइक। यही मेरा क्वेश्चन है, हमारा बंदा को ग्राउंड के अंदर जाके आप भगा दिया, वहां से सबको हटा दिया ग्राउंड के अंदर, रोड में नहीं, ग्राउंड में अंदर जाके फिर बाइक में किधर आग लगाए? रोड के ऊपर, बाइक के ऊपर। तो बाइक के ऊपर, बाइक को किसने आग लगाया? हमारा हाथ में कैसे फूटे जाएगा? हम लोग जितना आदमी था ग्राउंड के अंदर था।
ऑलराइट, क्या आप इस मामले को लेकर कुछ और लीगल रिकोर्स लेंगे? क्या कोर्ट में जाएंगे? क्योंकि आरोप और केसेस आपके लोगों पे भी, आपके पार्टी के लोगों पे भी हैं।
बिल्कुल करेंगे, बिल्कुल करेंगे। देखिए बात क्या है, जो सत्ता में रहते हैं वो पूरा पावर का गलत इस्तेमाल अभी कर रहे हैं बंगाल में, लेकिन हम लोगों के लिए कोर्ट का अभी भी रास्ता खुला हुआ है। हम उसको लेके, एफआईआर को लेके हम लोग कोर्ट में जाएंगे। हमारा जो एडवोकेट्स हैं उनसे बात हुआ, पूरा जितना एफआईआर हुआ सबका हम लोग कॉपी उठा रहे हैं, उसको लेके हम लोग कोर्ट में जाएंगे। कोर्ट जाके कोर्ट के पास कुछ बात हम लोग रखेंगे, कुछ डिमांड करेंगे। कौन क्या क्या चीज डिमांड कर रहे हैं, बाद में आप लोगों के माध्यम से पूरा समाज को हम लोग बताएंगे।
और आपका यह भी आरोप है कि जो वक्फ प्रॉपर्टीज कब्जाए गए हैं, ये टीएमसी के नेताओं ने कब्जाने की कोशिश की है। क्या सबूत है इस मामले को लेकर आपके पास?
सिर्फ कोशिश नहीं, अपना बना लिया वो लोग। कोशिश नहीं कर रहे, वो अपना बना लिया। कलकत्ता के अगल बगल में बहुत प्रॉपर्टीज है, जो रूलिंग पार्टी के जो मिनिस्टर हैं वो हड़प करके रखे हैं। वो अपना बाप का सामान सोच के वो लोग यूज कर रहे हैं। बंगाल में रूलिंग पार्टी का ऐसा बहुत एमएलए है, जो एमपी है, जो वक्फ का प्रॉपर्टी को अपना प्रॉपर्टी समझ के वो लोग काम में लगा रखे हैं। इतना मुखिया है, काउंसिलर है। बात मेरा पास बहुत रिकॉर्ड है। अगर जो रूलिंग पार्टी का कोई मेरे बात को लेकर अगर चैलेंज करना चाहते हैं तो हम पूरा डिटेल्स अभी क्या बन रहा है पूरा हम दिखाएंगे, क्योंकि हम बोल रहे हैं कि ये यहाँ पे बंगाल में आरटीआई का जो रिपोर्ट बोल रहा है कि 75,000 बीघा जमीन अभी भी इलीगल ऑक्यूपायर है। वो इलीगल ऑक्यूपायर कौन है? ज्यादा से ज्यादा रूलिंग पार्टी के साथ ताल्लुकात रखते हुए आदमी।
Naushad Siddiqui, thanks so much for joining us and sharing with us your perspective. We have some more breaking news coming in at this point of time. Union Parliamentary Affairs and Minority Minister Kiran Rijiju has leveled a big charge. He has said that it is Mamata Banerjee who's fueling the violence in West Bengal. Listen in.
The violence which had happened in Murshidabad and other parts of West Bengal, and we do sporadic incidents elsewhere. These are the result of these, unmindful political statements given by Mamata Banerjee and some of the political leaders, which is condemnable. I fail to understand that sitting in such high position, undermining her own position. Now, for example, the violence in West Bengal. Who has to contain the violence? The state government herself. Now, the person who is in charge of the law and order situation in the state herself is fueling this kind of violence, leading to death of innocent people.
Why do you say she's fueling it? What is she doing?
She is openly saying that she doesn't accept the law.
All right, for more of this, let's quickly go across to our guest. Joining us is Dr. Kaushalkant Mishra, BJP spokesperson. Also with us is Jaideep Majumdar, author and columnist. Sophia Khan is leader of the TMC. Also with us is Tausif Ahmed Khan. Tausif Ahmed Khan, first questions first. You heard it from the Union Minister Kiran Rijiju. He says that it is Mamata Banerjee who's fueling the violence in West Bengal with her statements. Your response to that?
No, there's a conspiracy, a pre-planned riot was tried to be engineered across the Bengal. BJP tried to engineer riot in the Ram Navami. They failed. And in this time in Murshidabad, they engineered the riot. It's a pre-planned riot. Mamata Banerjee said this publicly in the press meet today, that the central agencies are involved, and if they are involved, the BSF is involved, then obviously it is the duty of the Home Minister. He is responsible for this. And she has reminded BJP that Bengal is a place of Swami Vivekananda, Sarva Dhamma Dharam, and I'm getting a voice here.
All right, we'll try and fix that. We'll try and fix that. But Tausif, the question that still remains. Once again, the question that still remains. Mamata Banerjee is choosing to, incite what happened in Qom. She has referred to Uttar Pradesh. But all of that doesn't take away from the fact that people have lost their lives there. At least 2 individuals in West Bengal have lost their lives. There are hundreds of families, if not more, who are now migrating out of Murshidabad. Now, why is it the case that, all this is happening on ground? Why? And are you really saying that the BJP has asked these Hindu families to migrate? Because people on camera are talking about the kind of personal violence threats that they have individually faced. And Times Now reporters have spoken to several of them.
Let us not be very selective. You are talking about 2 deaths, but in fact 3 people have died. Who's this third person? Why are you not taking the name of the third person? Look, any death that is happening inside the state is an unfortunate incident, and a chief minister, a ruling disposition stands nothing to gain from a death or violence happening in the state, and therefore she has appealed the community since the Waqf law has been passed by the parliament, not to resort to any violence and not to get provoked because the BJP has the plans ready. There are outsiders coming from outside Bengal and committing crimes here and running away, doing arsonings and rioting, and therefore it is only BJP who stands to gain from this. See what is the response of the
BJP is trying to engineer riots in West Bengal. If the border is, porous and people are coming from Bangladesh, as several BJP leaders are saying, it is the BSF that has to answer. Several such allegations that have come in, not just from our panelist here, but from West Bengal CM herself, Mamata Banerjee. Your response, Mr. Mishra.
माधव, अभी तौसीफ भाई बोल रहे थे कि मीडिया भी बायस हो गया है, कोर्ट भी बायस हो गया है, बीएसएफ भी बायस हो गई है, सेंट्रल एजेंसीज बायस, सब बायस हो गए हैं। केवल एक ही आदमी वेस्ट बंगाल सही है, वो ममता जी। और ममता जी इतनी सही हैं कि आज जब 400 हिंदू पलायन होकर के दूसरी जगह जाके स्कूल में शरण ले रहे हैं और वो मौलानाओं के साथ मीटिंग कर रही है, वो भाई आप ही ने कहा ना सेंट्रल एजेंसीज बायस हैं, आपने कहा बीएसएफ बायस है, आपने कहा सभी लोग बायस हैं, इवन वहां के लोकल एमएलए जिनका स्टेटमेंट अभी चला है टाइम्स नाउ में, वो भी बायस हैं। केवल ममता दी ठीक हैं। और जहां से हिंदू पलायन होकर भगाए जा रहे हैं, वहां पर वो मौलानाओं से मीटिंग कर रही हैं और ये प्रॉमिस कर रही हैं कि हम वक्फ को लागू नहीं होने देंगे। कैसे लागू नहीं होने देंगे? क्या संविधान से ऊपर है? अब संविधान खत्म नहीं होगा, अब संविधान खतरे में नहीं है। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि इंडी गठबंधन के लोग जो संभल में जाने के लिए तैयार थे, क्योंकि वहां पे मुस्लिम तुष्टीकरण था, वो मणिपुर जाने के लिए तैयार थे, पर यहां पर कोई जाने को नहीं तैयार है, कोई पार्टी जाने को नहीं तैयार है, क्योंकि वहां से हिंदू पलायन हो रहा है। इसीलिए कहते हैं कि इंडी गठबंधन, आज की कांग्रेस और टीएमसी भविष्य पास्ट का मुस्लिम लीग का नेक्स्ट फॉर्म है। सिर्फ यही कहना चाहूंगा। और जिस तरह के एलिगेशन तौसीफ भाई लगा रहे हैं ना, अगर ये सच्चाई है तो आप ये बताइए, एक आंकड़ा दे रहा हूं।
Yeah, let me bring in Sophia Khan. The big question over here, Sophia Khan, is that if Mamata Banerjee, what right does she have to say that she will not implement a law that has been passed by Parliament? Is this not a violation of the Constitution? Is the question coming from BJP? And secondly, you just heard the ISF MLA, Mr. Naushad Siddiqui, who says that his people are wrongly being framed. It is TMC cadre who engaged in violence there in Bhangar. Your response to that, Sophia Khan?
First of all, I would like to, good evening everyone, and I would like to pay condolence to the family who lost three family members. Mamata Banerjee has already appealed everyone to maintain peace and harmony. She also asked disturbing elements to protest in Delhi, as the bill has been passed from central government and not by TMC government. So it's useless. She even went to meet Imam and Muazzin, not to appeasement, not for any appeasement politics, but just to calm them down, just because lakhs of Muslims are protesting, not only in crores. In fact, crores of Muslims are protesting in all over the India, including West Bengal. So she went and asked them to do peaceful protest, and she asked them to stop any kind of violence if they are inciting, if there are some
the question
disturbing
that
elements
BJP and
from both
BHP are
ends.
raising
In
is
both
that it is
Hindu
very
and
well for
Muslim.
Chief Minister to calm down every side when there's a violence, but then she should be seen calming down both the sides. Why only one side is the question they are asking.
She has not named anyone. Of course, the protest has been started by Muslims only. So of course, she will go to Muslims to calm them down.
But as you rightly said, there are victims on both sides. There are victims, there are lives that have been lost on both sides. So the point that is simply being made here is that should the victims not, those who have lost their lives, should there not be any condolence visit to them?
To appeal to the normal, common Muslim people, of course. There should be no question. She only wants peace and harmony in the state.
Okay. And what about the ISF leader, ISF MLA, who's saying that it is TMC who carried out the violence? What about that?
In Bengal, those who are in opposition, they all are working for BJP. That's very clear and clear.
Even the ISF? Even the ISF, which has tied up with the Left-Wing Congress in the past?
Yeah, CPIM, Congress, they all are working.
Ma'am, this is amazing. The media is biased, the BSF is biased. All those even who are ideologically not with the BJP are working for the BJP. Let me bring in Jaideep Majumdar. Do you agree with that statement? The media, the BSF, the courts, and now even those who are ideologically opposed to the TMC, ideologically opposed to the BJP, are also working for the BJP.
Oh, well, it's a figment of the Trinamool's imagination, I would say. But coming to the riots, what the TMC spokesperson was saying was, such protests have been happening all over the country. My question is, why are large-scale protests happening in only West Bengal? And why have the protesters attacked Hindu houses? They know, see, the truth of the matter is, such violent incidents have happened in West Bengal ever since Mamata Banerjee came to power, in the same areas which have seen riots this time. Muslim mobs, radical Muslim mobs have attacked police, have burned down police stations. In various parts of the state, a lot of riots have taken place. But in all such instances, the law has not, the law and order machinery has not taken any action against the rioters, especially if they're Muslim. That has led to a sense of impunity among them, that no one will touch them. This is part of Mamata Banerjee's Muslim appeasement policy. This time what happened was, there was provocation. There were a lot of videos and messages which were circulating, which really got the mobs very incited a lot. And then they went on a rampage, thinking that this time too nothing will happen to them. And I do not know, okay, more than 200 people have been arrested, the state government is saying. But my guess is that very mild charges will be slapped against them and they will ultimately be let free. So This is the sense of impunity. This is part of the Muslim appeasement policy of Mamata Banerjee, and it will continue. There's no point in blaming, the center, the BSF. The people are coming. We do not need, West Bengal does not need rioters and criminals to come in from Bangladesh to create trouble out here. There are enough of them in West Bengal itself.
Respond to that, Tausif Ahmed Khan. Light charges being slapped on those who are, in fact, the rioters, and it's a sense of impunity. It is an appeasement policy of the TMC which is being currently followed and witnessed in the past and in this episode of violence as well. Please respond to Jaideep.
Well, it is BJP policy which they are playing. We have seen they have brought Waqf law. Before Waqf law, there was CA. Before CA, there was something else. There's also a threat and talk of bringing UCC. They have already brought UCC in Uttarakhand, and there's a talk of bringing a central legislation. So who is doing appeasement politics? BJP is doing appeasement politics.
Sir, these are sir, you can criticize the parliamentary legislations being brought in. Can you compare that to violence happening on ground, Tausif? Is there a comparison to be drawn? Yes, you can always attribute political motives to what the BJP is doing, the laws it's bringing, the agendas it's following. But end of the day, if people are getting killed, if those responsible for violent riots and the episodes such as cops being chased away, these are very, very serious charges. you're not responding to Jaideep when he says that there are weak cases or charges which are not going to, lead to any serious conviction at the end of the day that are being pressed against the rioters.
No, but Jaideep may try and become an astrologer or the क्या उसे कहते हैं अंतर्यामी बन जाना, but that does not matter. There are cases. The chief minister of West Bengal,
he is talking about the cases filed.
That BJP is involved. She is yes, and even the chief minister has ordered the chief secretary to file a detailed report about the conspiracy, and she is demanding that there should be a thorough investigation by the central agencies. She is not only requesting the Muslims. Protesters to not get provoked, but she's also warning the Home Minister of India. She has taken the name of the Mr. Amit Shah not to indulge in all this petty, political moves. She has said that the Home Minister is not going to become the Prime Minister. He does not have a chance. After Modi, he has to save for himself. These are all,
Tausif, you can attack the BJP all you want. You can attack the BJP all you want. But at the end of the day, when there is a state government, it is responsible for law and order. And the law and order handling has, at best, we can see police running for cover. Is this the kind of law and order handling that we want anywhere in our country today? Who's going to account for this, sir?
More than 200 arrests made by the West Bengal police. West Bengal police continuously posting videos that fake videos are being used by BJP. BJP
is this a fake video of a police bus being attacked and police running away? Is this a fake video? Tell us, is this a fake video?
Please. No.
Is this a fake video, yes or no?
There are fake videos.
Is this a fake video?
I'm giving an answer.
Are the police running away from the mob? Is that a fake video, yes or no, Tausif?
I am challenging you. Please show the tweet of West Bengal police where they have posted 8 videos, 8 fake videos.
We are not airing those fake videos, so it doesn't matter.
Rumors are causing
there may be people following an agenda. This video shows how West Bengal police, rather than fulfilling its responsibility, is running away. It's running away helter and skelter because of the kind of violence. And what's worse is that in Bhangar, the allegation of ISF sitting MLA is that it is the TMC cadre that are carrying out this violence. Respond to those charges, sir.
Everyone, if it is found, first of all, there's no TMC cadre involved. Even if they are found, they have been arrested.
No, we are not saying it. We are not saying it. It is ISF saying it.
But based on the CCTV footage, police have conducted raids and dragged them from their house and hiding spaces. They are not going to run away. Police is after them.
Yeah, but the point is that those crackdowns, had they happened in Murshidabad, had they happened in Bhangar, then we would not have seen the kind of scenes that we've unfortunately seen. But quick response from Mr. Mishra. Kaushal Mishra and Jaideep, both their hands going up one by one, please.
तौसीफ स्टेट में लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को मेंटेन करना स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की रिस्पांसिबिलिटी होती है। अगर आपका वहां फेल्योर हुआ है तो ममता बनर्जी को रिजाइन कर देना चाहिए ना, अगर वो नहीं संभाल पा रही हैं। क्योंकि भारत का सबसे ज्यादा मुसलमान कहां रहता है? उत्तर प्रदेश में। वहां एक पत्थर नहीं चला। सबसे ज्यादा परसेंटेज मुसलमान का कहां है? असम में। वहां पर भी कुछ नहीं हुआ। यानी कि लॉ एंड ऑर्डर अगर ठीक रखा जाए तो कोई भी क्राइम नहीं हो सकता। पर आप तो क्राइम को पैट्रोनाइज करते हैं। ममता बनर्जी आज के दिन भी उस स्कूल में जाकर के हिंदुओं से नहीं मिल रही हैं, बल्कि मौलानाओं से मिल रही हैं और ये कह रही हैं कि वक्फ को हम लागू नहीं होने देंगे। और इसका जवाब अभी तक आप नहीं दे पाए कि वो कैसे नहीं लागू होने नहीं देंगे। क्या अब संविधान खतरे में नहीं है? समस्या यहां पे कि आप लोग केवल तुष्टीकरण के लिए राजनीति कर रहे हैं और कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं।
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Out of time completely. Kaushal Mishra, Jaideep Majumdar, Sofia Khan, Tausif Ahmed Khan. Certainly very, very serious and disturbing questions that are arising out of what's happened on ground in West Bengal. The politics rages, but at the end of the day, it is the Aam Aadmi who's the one seen suffering and who's bearing the brunt of this kind of violence. Can we allow such a situation to continue? We leave it there. Thanks so much for joining us on the debate this evening.